Hello, this is Otto, N for UZZ. Endfed versus dipole, a shootout, a test that controls for propagation. I've been a user of endfed antennas for years, really like them a lot, but I've always been curious about how they stack up to the performance of dipoles. For a meaningful antenna test, you have to control for propagation. Welcome to the antenna field testing project. I use a reference antenna to control for propagation and to process hundreds of signal reports from WSPR, the Weak Signal Propagation Reporting System, to find the antenna performance index. I calculate 4 performance index values for regional, continental, intercontinental, and global. Continental is the adjacent 48 states. Intercontinental includes many stations in Europe, and global is Australia, Asia, and South Africa. So here we have the dipole in an inverted V configuration on a 35-foot mast. Coax runs up the middle, feeding this configuration. And here we have the endfed half-wave inverted V, the same length of wire, 66 feet, except that this one is fed at the end, at one end coming down, and it's fed with a transformer, 49-to-1 transformer, which is required because at the end of a half-wave length of antenna, you have very high impedances. They need to be transformed down so that they get into a range that the radio and the coax can match. Here is my setup in my backyard. On the left, you see the fiberglass mast with the test dipole on there. The test antennas are all mounted on this same mast using the same coax and radio. They're just mounted and tested on subsequent nights. Over on the right, you see the reference antenna, which is run at the same time as the test antenna, and that controls for propagation. This enables valid comparisons of test antennas while controlling for propagation. So here are the results, endfed versus dipole. Here are the average signal-to-noise ratio report values for the endfed antenna as compared to the dipole. Overall, the endfed is down about 10.8 dB. For regional stations, that's within 620 miles or so. The endfed is down 16 dB. Continental, the adjacent 48 states, the endfed is down about 10 dB. Intercontinental, the endfed's about the same as the dipole, and global, the endfed is down 5.3 dB. These results were so bad that I reran the test, but added a 17-foot counterpoise to the endfed half-wave antenna, as shown here in the purple line. The results were that the performance of the endfed actually declined. The counterpoise did not improve performance, it made performance much worse. So my conclusions are that the dipole is superior in performance to an endfed antenna of the same length, height, and configuration. The dipole performance is especially better than the endfed in regional and continental communications. And overall, the endfed antenna is a compromise antenna that should be used only when it is not possible to feed and support an antenna at the center. To support evidence-based field testing of antennas, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. We'll be testing more wire antennas in the future. For details, visit the project website, testingantennas.godaddyscites.com. 7-3 from N4UZZ.